So in my grooming series, I've covered how to trim and shave the other parts of your body, but now it's time to address your face. So I brought on my fiance, Dorian, to discuss that because obviously I don't shave my face.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Sorry guys. Dorian is a bit of a connoisseur of shaving, so that's why I wanted him to be on and help us address this topic.
Yeah, definitely. So there's many different types of razors out there. Most people would probably know the cartridge or single-use razor, AKA the BIC or whatever, or the Mach 1000 or whatever. And then obviously there is the straight razor as well, also known as the cutthroat. That is actually my great-grandfather's razor that I've used. And then there is also what is known as the double-edge razor, or kind of like your grandpa's razor, that has an actual razor blade in the middle, and it has double-sided, double edge. Having tried all of them, I can say that without a doubt, the best, hands down, in every single way possible, is the double edge razor.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Number one, it's cheaper. Number two, you get a much, 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 much better shave. And number three, it's kind of cool and nostalgic and old school. I don't know, like you feel cooler by using it. Now, certainly the straight edge as well, but I have found it to be tedious and annoying and not as good a shave at best. When it comes to single cartridge or single use or whatever, they are good. They're not bad. So if you're doing that already and that's working perfectly for you, by all means continue doing it. But the problem I have with them is that I don't think you get as good a shave. The blades in here are cheaper, whereas if you use a double edge razor, the blades in here will last, for me, 5 to 10 shaves. For these 2 to 4 tops. They're made of plastic and they're disposable and not environmentally friendly and expensive actually. When you look down, when you drill down into how much these things cost, these are ridiculously expensive over the course of a year, where the cost of this is significantly cheaper. I mean, the blades are like pennies each. That's like $2, and that'll last me months.
There's 10 blades in here, so $2 for 10 blades.
So we're gonna talk today about how to shave with a double edge razor, but if you do cartridge, there are some things you can do to have a better shave as well.
So before we get into the tools and how to use them exactly, I know that you said that this is a very important step, which is identifying how your hair grows on your face. So AKA the beard map.
Yeah, your hair grows in your face in different directions. Some down in some areas. Like for me, my hair goes down here and then across this way. And then from here over, my hair grows this way. And so you have to do a beard map. So I'll link it in the description to our companion article so you can download the beard map and just go in the mirror and look at the direction your hair is growing in. Like, is it growing down this way? Does it grow this way? Your hair grows really weird.
Thanks.
There is none. So you have to identify that because it will have a massive impact on your shaving and your technique and how irritated your skin's gonna be or not irritated it's gonna be. It will affect the overall performance of everything we're about to talk to next. So do not neglect that step.
So now let's get into the tools of the trade.
So with double edge razors, there's quite a few. The one that I started out with is just kind of your standard. It's a Merkur, very relatively inexpensive, easy to use, really good shave on it. You know, you twist the bottom off. Yep. Pull that, put the razor in here, pop it back in, cinch it down, you're good to go. The next one that you can use that's also very good and some people prefer it is called an adjustable. Basically you turn this here to adjust the angle of the razor and that'll determine the closeness of the shave. And then the third style, and there are more, but these are the ones that I think most people would know or start out or even just evolve to, is called the slant. This has a bit of an angle on it, almost like a scythe, where it cuts the hair at an angle as it goes. Some people say it's all hype that it gives you a closer shave. I have found it to be 100% true. I love it. On top of that is your brush. So
you've had this for so many years. Since I've known you,
yeah.
So 7+ years.
Oh, I've had it longer than that.
Okay.
This is 10+ years old. It's a Badger brush. There are many different versions. They make BOAR brushes as well. They're a little thicker. They also make synthetic ones that are very good. So at all price points, you can find brushes. Some can be as little as $10, $5. Some can be as much as a couple $100. This I think was about $30 or $40 when I bought it originally. And it's lasted me all this time. Next is the bowl, or also called a scuttle. You can do a scuttle where basically it has a reservoir for hot water inside, so it keeps the lather warm. But I found this bowl for like literally 50 cents at like the 99-cent store. It was big. You want something kind of big. You definitely don't want to drink out of that.
It's like my coffee mug.
And it's perfect for lathering. It's ceramic. You typically want a ceramic bowl so it holds heat. So your shaving cream, basically, there's two different ways. There's shaving creams and shaving soaps. I prefer cream, provides a richer lather, more comfortable for shaving. I think with soaps, they're a little more drying. I don't particularly like them, but they'll last longer. So there's advantages and disadvantages to each of them. And next is obviously the blades. The beautiful thing about safety razors is that you can mix and match blades to your preference. The one thing you should do when you're starting out is buy a sampler pack. I'll link to a lot of those, and just try a couple different blades. You'd be amazed at the different types of shaves you'll get just based on the blades. Some are a lot closer or sharper, some are a little duller. These ones kind of fall in the middle. I found them to be really good. I've been using these for like 6, 7 years. And then lastly, the thing you're gonna need, or maybe you don't, some people don't like to use it, is an aluminum block. And funny enough, when you talked about the deodorant in your deodorant video, this is one of the best deodorants, but it's an aluminum block, which when you get a nick on your face or your neck, you just touch that block and it'll stop the bleeding. The last piece of the puzzle is aftershave. At the end of the day, we are dragging a raw blade against your face. You want to avoid irritation. You're taking some skin off at the same time. So you want to keep your skin nice and nourished and protected after that. Make sure it's good. A little splash of cold water on the face. Throw on some aftershave. This one by Sicily is wow, amazing. Not cheap though at the same time.
You said it was a game changer when you discovered this.
Yeah, even a little bit of irritation I slapped that on, it is gone in like 20 minutes. Skin feels amazing. But that's not to take away from the other two as well. Nancy Boy, who makes my favorite shaving cream, also makes a really, really good aftershave. Has like a nice kind of cucumbery scent, so it's nice and fresh. And then just like the other cream as well, Taylor Old Bond Street, very good as well.
So now that we've gotten into all the tools that you need, let's put it all together. Okay, so step one.
Number one, obviously you're gonna know the direction your hair is growing in because you did your beard map, so that's already taken care of.
Check.
Number two, either take a hot shower or warm shower, or if you're not showering, you're shaving in the morning or something, splash hot water on your face, fill up the sink with hot water, put your bowl in the hot water with your razor and your brush.
So it warms up.
You gotta warm it up because you want a nice warm lather, and you're splashing hot water on your face because you want the hair to be kind of full of water and lubrication, and you want it to basically soften the bristles so it's easier to shave depending on the thickness of your beard. And then it's time to make the lather. So you take your brush and you dip it into some cream, get a little bit. You don't need a lot.
Okay.
And then you pop it in the bowl and just lather away. Kind of vigorously.
I noticed there was a little bit of water in the bowl.
Yeah, you want a little bit of water in the bowl. Also, the brush should not be dry whatsoever, so you dip it in, and you kind of make like a frothy kind of meringue is the best way to describe it. And it takes a couple minutes sometimes. If it's a little dry, add a little more water. It's super wet, keep lathering, and it'll eventually take care of itself. Yeah, came out well. And you just lather it everywhere. And I like to hold the brush a little more like this because you can kind of control the bristles, and basically, should I just do it?
You can do it. You want?
So basically, you put everywhere. I've never talked while doing this. And you want to swirl because you want to lift the hair up while you're doing it. Everywhere while you're doing that. Okay, so next you take your razor after it's been sitting in the water, you kind of want it warmed up a little bit, and then you proceed to shave with the grain. So if you like my hair here grows down, so I would just shave with it. I don't have a razor in there.
That'd be scary.
So with a typical cartridge razor, you just pop it in and just go like that and drag it down. With a straight razor or double-edged razor, it's all about the angle. So you go in, don't touch the blade, and just turn it until you start to feel it, and you just let the razor do the work. It's very sharp. You don't need to like grind it into your face. If you do that, you're gonna take off massive parts of your face.
So go straight in like this.
Yep.
And then slightly turn so you'll start to feel the blade.
And hear the blade cutting the hair.
And then go down.
Yes.
Okay.
And just follow your beard map once with the grain everywhere. After like 1 or 2 strokes, you want to rinse off your razor in the sink.
Okay.
And then when that's done, this is where you have an option. If you want a closer shave, you can go what's called across the grain. So that means the direction your hair grows, you go across it in any direction. Do not go up. Unless you have very, very, very fine hair or your hair is just, and skin is just super resilient, the worst thing you could possibly do, and if you have a thicker beard, way worse for you, is go against the grain. You were talking about ingrown hair. You're gonna nick everything because the hair's just catching on everything. But you can go across the grain, and what you do is you basically rinse your face off again, re-lather exactly the same thing as before, and this time instead of going down like this, you will go across the grain like this.
Okay.
And then basically you rinse off whatever excess there is with hot water, and then I like to take cold water, splash my face wherever I shaved, let it sit for a minute. Then you have an additional step. If you'd like, you can put some toner on to just get the whatever residue of the shaving cream off or soap off. So if you have nicks, also grab your aluminum block. You can put a little water on there and just literally touch them. It stings for like half a second, but it stops the bleeding immediately. And then lastly, you want to slap on your aftershave and just pump a couple times, slather all over, and just let it sit there for a little bit. And depending on when you shave, if it's at night, then you can put moisturizer on the rest of your face, or if it's in the daytime, then take your daily SPF moisturizer. We'll link our article and video about that in the description below, and slap it on, and you are good to go. We have a companion article in the description below where I'll give a little more detail, link to the products that I love that you should check out, especially beginner or novice stuff. And certainly if you have questions, Asha or I will pop in and answer for you down below.
Time to wipe off your face.
No!
Hope you enjoyed. All right, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye, guys.
And voila, you got the perfect, moist, delicious cake there is. I feel like we're on a cooking show.
Holy cake!
You know, mixing it in on that meringue. I want to be Emerald though. Bam, bam, bam.